contribution is very simple. Adana, as you said, these conversations have been happening since we were children. So I'd like to really see the benefit met out to those who really do need those housing assistance.
That's right. That's right. Well, we here we like to keep them accountable, so we'll be following the story to see how it progresses, and of course, we'll continue to bring updates to you, our viewers, as the information unfolds to us as well. Natalia, thank you so much for joining us this morning and bringing our news, and we do hope to see you again tomorrow.
You will.
All right. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's that time of the morning where we celebrate with those who are celebrating. It's time for our birthday shout-outs. And of course, we here at Tobago Updates Television, we take pleasure in celebrating with those who are celebrating. And so we start off by saying happy birthday to Kwesi Devines, former Assemblyman Kwesi Devines, well known in the Tobago space. It is your birthday, and we do say happy birthday to you. We pray God's blessings upon your life, and we do hope that you have a wonderful and an amazing birthday season. So happy birthday to you.
We continue these celebrations and we say happy birthday to Miss Jermaine Jacobs. Happy birthday to you, Miss Jacobs. God's richest blessings on your special day, and we pray that you're safe. We know the rain is falling, the roads are wet. Be safe out there as you go out to celebrate with friends and family, and may God continue to bless you for the remainder of your life. And we say happy birthday to Miss Jonelle Williams. Happy birthday, Miss Jonelle Williams. Yes, happy birthday. Today is your special day. God's richest blessings to you. God's richest blessings to your family and friends. May you go out and celebrate and do so safely. Happy birthday to you, Miss Williams.
And we round up the birthday celebrations by saying happy birthday to Janelle Modest. This is my good friend, and we say happy birthday to you. We pray God's blessings upon your life, and we do hope that as you enter this new chapter, this new phase, and this new season of your life, that you continue to walk in purpose and that you continue to experience the rich blessings of God upon your life. So happy birthday to you, my dear friend. And of course, if you are celebrating, even though we do not have your photographs, we still join in the celebration with you. We remind you to put God first, because He's the reason why there's even anything for you to celebrate. Akin Labi, who are we having conversations with this morning?
Well, Adana, this morning we're having conversations with Miss Trisha Beckles, who is the Manager of Strategic Business Development at the Tobago House of Assembly, and she's coming to talk about Tobago at TIC. And then up next, we have Miss Angel Thomas, who is an education advocate, and she'll be talking about empowering Tobago's youth. And finally, in our Women in Business segment, we're going to have a chat with Miss Davia Chambers, who is a media personality and entrepreneur.
All right, sounds very, very interesting and engaging. And of course, we do hope that you, our viewers, can stay with us throughout the entire conversation. Remember, you can be a part of it as well. You can leave your comments on our Facebook live stream and our YouTube channel at Tobago Updates. We want to hear from you. What do you think? What are your thoughts? Do you have questions that you want to ask? Who should we have as a guest on our show? Let us know. We really want to hear from you, and we want you to be a part of it. And I want to take this special time out to say a special good morning to all of our loyal viewers, whether you are viewing on our Facebook live stream, our YouTube channel, on AMPLIA 102 or Flow 121 or 130. Thank you so much. You are the reason why we are #1 for talk show here in the morning on Tobago. We have to go for a short break before we begin conversations, but as we go, we invite you to help us. Share the live, share the live, share the live. We'll be right back.
MI4 Security Services Company is the most advanced security service in Tobago. Ask about our cash and transit service. It's safe, risk-free, reliable, and timely. We provide safe banking delivery for all business types and sizes with highly trained staff, 24/7 monitoring, coordinated emergency response, and a well-maintained fleet of armored vehicles. Contact us at 660-7723 or visit our website at www.mi4securitytt.com to sign up today.
When the game is on, you don't want to miss the best moments. With AMPLIA TV, you can enjoy our ultimate sports package and watch your favorite games on the go. Stay connected and informed with sports news, scores, and stats with AMPLIA's fastest internet speeds. Up to 1 GB fiber internet, you can stream riveting football action, cricket, NBA games, and much more. With Amplia, it's game on. Visit amplia.co.tt or call 800-4663. Amplia. Do more, live more.
Quartz is well known as the Caribbean's largest retailer, providing consumers for generations with the very best products to enhance their homes. This year, we bring our expertise to businesses. Quartz Business Solutions will serve small, medium, and large companies with the very best products at the most competitive prices, backed by warranties and after-sales support. Hoteliers, office managers, restaurants, and so many more. Quartz Business Solutions, a brand of the Unicomer Group.
This week at the Tobago Heritage Festival 2025, Natural Treasures Day in Charlottesville, Monday 21st, 9 a.m. Salaka Feast in Pembroke, Wednesday 23rd, 8 p.m. Lekoto Folk Tales and Superstition, Thursday 24th, 8 p.m. Miss Tobago Heritage Personality Show, Friday 25th, from 6 p.m. Sponsored by First Citizens. Tobago Old Time Carnival Juve, Saturday 26th, 4 a.m. Heritage Calypso Monarch, Saturday 26th from 8 p.m. Buko unveiled, Sunday 27th.
Are you in a dispute with a registered investment service provider of the TTSEC? Or maybe you're the victim of an investment scam? You can lodge a complaint or submit an anonymous tip to the Trinidad and Tobago Securities and Exchange Commission. Download our Investor Protection app or go to ttsec.org.tt to access our complaint form or submit an anonymous tip. Write a clear summary of your complaint. Submit copies of supporting documents along with the originals for verification. Provide a copy of the feedback received from the entity regarding your complaint. All investor complaints or scam reports submitted by the public are acknowledged and reviewed by the TTSEC. Investigations are pursued based on the outcome of the review. Trinidad and Tobago Securities and Exchange Commission, protecting the interests of investors and the public. You invest, we protect. Everyone benefits.
Want to get better? Where to start? What kind of exercise to do? What to eat? How to get restful sleep? Need a doctor to search for root cause? Look no further. Come to Majuba Hill Lifestyle Center Foundation at our Wellness Center in Goodwood, or Food Hub in Darrow Springs, Scarborough, or Doctor's Office in Goodwood and Darrow Spring. Contact 49 Swift 4979 438.
Coconut's Cafe, the buffet restaurant that specializes in all your tasty local dishes. For breakfast and for lunch. Breakfast includes coconut bake and sada roti, served with chokers, bull joil, and sausages in tomato sauce. Not forgetting beef and cheese pies, shepherd's pie, macaroni pie, and rice in various styles. Meat served in a variety of flavors, garden salads, and pasta salads. All this accompanied by fruit juices, coconut water, your choice of a great combination to appease your taste buds. So call us today to order, as we are here to accommodate your busy schedules or if you are having a cooking day off.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
Welcome back to the morning show here on Tobago Updates Television, and thank you so much for staying with us. We begin conversations this morning by speaking with Ms. Tricia Beckles, and she is the Manager of Strategic Business Development at the Tobago House of Assembly. And this morning we're talking about Tobago's involvement in the TIC, which is the Trade and Investment Convention. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning. Thank you for having me. It's a privilege to be here.
All right, and an honor to have you as well. We know that the Tobago House of Assembly, primarily under the Division of Trade, Finance, Trade and Economy, they usually send a contingent to Trinidad to participate in the TIC. We've seen over the years where, you know, relationships have grown. We've actually seen businesses expanding.
Yes.
So we just want to have a brief overview of the relationship between the Tobago House of Assembly and the TIC and how it has, you know, assisted our entrepreneurs here on the island of Tobago.
Yes. Thank you again for having me. One of our main areas of focus is in ensuring that the quality that we produce in Tobago, we understand that it's not just for Tobago. Understanding that the population of Tobago is not enough to sustain a business if you just focus on that. I think the quality of what we have is, you know, world-renowned. If you start from all the way back to like Ted Arthur, and I'm not saying Ted is old, but I'm saying his quality is world standard. So our focus in engaging at a conference like TIC, the Trade and Investment Convention, is that it provides a platform that brings the world together on a regional, mainly regional, but you have some countries that come from very far, like Ireland and some of these Arabian countries. The Chinese are here. And so our role is to position ourselves there to say, this is what Tobago is doing. We started on this scale from in about 2012, where over the years our focus has not only been to see where we are, to measure where we are, but to allow our entrepreneurs to have that experience so they know what they need to do. It provides a platform that allows them not only to engage where sales are concerned, which would primarily have been our focus in 2012 and those early years, but it also allows them to get the kind of additional training, advice from professionals and those who have done it, and even some of the targets that they want to engage with, whether it's potential suppliers, potential partners, investors. We've had those conversations and we've had those successes over the years. And so the TTMA, which is the host of it, the Manufacturers Association, they have become like a partner to us, where in addition to the convention, where we typically provide the largest presentation, but they have become a partner throughout the year, where now we are actually going out on trade missions with them and different initiatives that they have over the years. During the year, I should say, we are able to participate. So it's a relationship that continues to evolve, continues to build. And coming out of TIC 2025, we have actually renewed discussions that now they are prepared to consider bringing some of these potential investors and partners to Tobago to have discussions, realizing that we have more than we are able to bring that has that type of quality that can penetrate markets beyond Tobago.
Ms. Beckons, for TIC 2025, how large was the contingent? How many entrepreneurs did we carry on? And what scope of businesses did they cover?
Okay. So in terms of the SMEs, we took, I would say, 16 because we rented 18 booths, 18 3x3, well, 10x10 booths, 3 meters by 3 meters booths. So it was the largest presentation. 2 of those spaces were used by the Tobago Festivals Commission and the Show Park Complex. One was a meeting room, a meeting space, and the other 15 were for SMEs. So we covered everything from beauty, Tobago Cosmetics, Bliss Collective. We had Beard Boss for the men. It's always a big thing. We've had the local sweets that people look for when they hear Tobago. We also had the Tangy chocolate brand. We had Jelly Petty, everybody knows that as Sargassum, where they've turned Sargassum into beauty products and healthcare products.
Okay.
We had local foods that persons may not know about, like your Pure Harvest, where he does everything from nuts and Accra Mix and all those types of things. I think that kind of spans the main ones of them. We had Shireen's Tie-Dye, of course, which is another high-quality brand. Then we, because of, you know, some religious preferences, we substituted Tangy brand for Eden's Natural, giving her a first-time experience at TIC, recognizing that she has the potential. And we gave her that Saturday, the final day, to engage with TIC on the level that it was.
And in terms of the SMEs, the entrepreneurs who go down, those who have been there before and even the new ones that you're engaging, have you seen them benefiting in terms of, let's say, their curiosity peaking, them wanting to network and wanting to expand their brand and even benefiting from the pool of resources that are there? And have you seen them, you know, coming forward to vision now and saying, listen, these are the things we can do and we want to. Have you seen that happening with our entrepreneurs?
Yes, and one of the things I'm proud about with this year's TIC is that even before the convention started, they were engaging in B2B meetings. They were requesting B2B meetings. I think this is the first year I've seen that. And one of the things you mentioned, those who have been there before, we actually hold them to a higher standard. So not because you went last year, you can go, no. You have to show that you have grown. How have you used the experience to grow? It would lend itself in terms of your engagements, in terms of your approach for the year going in, where you have a clearer vision. You're able to articulate, this is what I have accomplished as a result of going last year, and this is what I hope to build on. One person, for example, targeted Superfarm as this is somebody I want to do business with. And throughout the year, previously, we continued to engage with Superfarm on their behalf. And at TIC this year, the deal was finally closed. So we look forward to those types of successes that go on as a result of the work that takes place outside of TIC. As we said, as we close this year, my message to them was the work has just begun. TIC was just the event. And I'm thankful that we give persons an additional year or two to do what they are projecting to do, because it also helps those that are coming on board for the first time to kind of know what to expect. I think for somebody going to TIC for the first time, as much as we would talk about it, we may show videos, whatever, it always seems overwhelming when they get there. And so that adjustment kind of is like, okay, we know what you said, but we didn't know it would be like this. And that's always a joy. But then you have to start working. You have to take advantage of the opportunity. So one first-time participant this year, on the first day of TIC, was actually approached by the Chinese ambassador, talking about taking them to a show in China, because that product is such that it will be in high demand in China. They cannot get enough of it.
Right.
So they have to be prepared for those types of conversations. They may not know all the details or how to respond, and I think that's where we come in as the support staff to be able to lend some kind of guidance to the conversations and to follow up on their behalf or help them follow up with their interactions.
So, Ms. Beckers, the things you're saying right now, it's really warming my heart. I know that the goal of the BDU over the years has been to really grow that sense of business acumen and professionalism amongst Tobago entrepreneurs. Over the years of us participating in TIC, have you noticed an overall growth or development in the mindset of Tobagoan entrepreneurs in terms of operating at global best standards?
Yes, I see that a lot. I see it a lot more these days, especially. I think the thing about it is that we're still at the place where a lot of persons are trying to do a lot of stuff, not necessarily in silos, but they try to take on so much that sometimes it can be overwhelming. And then sometimes when you follow up with them, they're doing something else, or, you know. So I think the focus that it would take to really take full advantage of what is presented or what is available as a result of participation is something that we continue to work on, because it's not always an overnight success. I think because of our successes over the past few years, we now have partners in Trinidad that are willing to come on board. I use the example of the Tobago Indigenous Sweets Program, where now we have 10 entrepreneurs that have been trained, provided with the product testing and certification information, that now their products can be taken around the world. The shelf life is not an issue, and as they continue to apply themselves, they are able to do that. We had 2 of those on display at TIC, Jofield Enterprises, which from her first year at TIC, she made it, she's into food hall and extra foods and all these other places. Now they're in the duty-free stores. And we had a new one this year, Palm's Tasty Delight, out of, I think they are from Delaford. So as people grow, we once they remain focused, they're able to take advantage of it. And our role in the Division of Finance, Trade and Economy is to engage with those who are interested, those who may be preparing or seeing TIC as an example, that they are willing to do the work with them even before TIC. And there will be other initiatives that are taking place that TIC is just one, but there are other initiatives that will be taking place that will help them even if they don't make it to TIC. Because persons are always reaching out, does Tobago have this? Does Tobago have that? I want to take this to this place or this location. Who do you recommend? So those conversations continue once we continue to position ourselves.
And I was going to ask, in terms of before they go to TIC, what type of support, and you did mention it, you have to prepare them to get there and, kind of manage their expectations so they know it might be overwhelming. You will get all these calls, and I'm happy that you are there to provide that measure of support in terms of helping them to close deals, have conversations. Some of the language they might not thoroughly understand, so you're there to lend that measure of support. What else is the Division of Finance doing? I mean, what else can we look forward to in terms of our SMEs growing and expanding beyond the perimeters of Tobago, Trinidad, and even the Caribbean region as we try to increase our export for our local businesses?
I think right now, two main initiatives that have come on stream. The first one being the loan guarantee program that was recently launched. Once they are able to access the type of financing support that they would need. In addition, there are also the kind of inward missions that those conversations have started, where entities outside of Tobago can come to Tobago and have the conversations. One of the things I would want to point out as well in our TIC preparations was that of business coaching, where we had a business coach come in and talk to them about how you present, what you want to do, and that. And he has made himself available to continue those conversations even beyond TIC. So those types of things would come on stream. At the BDU, they have expanded their range of grant offerings as well. I think they're going to launch the website pretty soon, in the next couple of weeks, so that the type of access that SMEs would have in Tobago is continuing to expand. And I think through the partnerships that we are establishing, or we have established, like the Ministry of Trade and the entities under that, Tobagonians have now the access. The Exim Bank is also on stream, where we recognize the need for access to foreign exchange to make some of the transactions. And they are doing developmental programs as well in partnership with us, where we can now have our SMEs access those programs. One of the persons that is part of that program was at TIC as well. So we look forward to what's going to happen with him in going forward. So, and I would point out that application for TIC, it's actually a process. So we picked 15, it's a process. People ask, well, how come we opened the applications a few months before. We make it available both online and via email. If we know you're interested, we email you the application. And then we engage in a couple months of training and engagement where they identify their targets, what they want to do, get a clearer definition for their business and what their projections are for their business. Because I think it's very important, if you're going to put yourself out there, you need to know what you bring to the table. Because I always say, if you don't value what you have as much as others value it, you tend to lose it. So I do get the kind of complaints about the application form. It's too long, it's 4 pages long. But it really forces you to take a closer look at your business and what you're trying to accomplish. What is your why? Yes. So in doing that, we then go through the whole screening process that whittled it down from just under 28 persons we had submit the application to where we narrowed it down to 18 being 2 alternates, and we took 16 in all.
Okay. And I like the fact that the form is 4 pages long, because it really allows you to bring your grits. And if you really want it, then you will go through the processes. As difficult as it is, as challenging as it is, and as you rightfully said, it will allow them to zero in and focus on what am I bringing to the table? What is the unique selling point of my my product? So I really like the fact that you all are ensuring that they understand their product, so that when they are questioned about it, the answers will come as second nature to them.
And it also, Adana, it also proves the persons that are ready to make the next step up, step up to the next level, because TIC in itself is a step up to the next level. And if you really don't have the grit to follow out a 4-page document, then you're really not ready for the next level.
You'd be surprised. No, but it's a huge investment from the House of Assembly. And our secretary is really passionate about seeing our SMEs arise to the place where they contribute significantly to the Tobago economy. And she's willing to do as much as she can to help them get to that level. Even some of the persons that expressed interest before and different things came up, and she was like, well, what about this person? What about that person? Because she herself identifies sometimes. She said, this person could be at TIC, or that person could be. But she doesn't get herself involved in the process. So when we select the persons, then we send to her and say, we are picking these people because, and we make that case. We haven't had any objections, thankfully. And so even some of her people that she has interacted with didn't make it because they didn't get involved with the process to the extent that we expected them to.
Yes.
So I think we're always retooling. And one of the things I would say about the application form as well is that it helps us then in following up. Like right now I'm in the process of drafting a document that says, okay, these were some of the targets you identified going into TIC. How have you engaged them? Have you engaged them? What has been the feedback? What do you plan to do now? And it's going to probably go out before the end of this week to start those conversations. What we do is that we bring them back in within 30 days of TIC to have a discussion. This is what has happened since, because we emphasize follow-up. And if then we need to get involved in some of the follow-up activities, we are prepared to do that. But they have to do the work as well.
I feel as if the SMEs here on the island of Tobago, they are in good hands.
Yeah.
I do hope that you maintain that level of passion, because I know people who work within the division and the units, and I know that they really have that type of investment. So I'm really hoping that the SMEs can benefit. They could see the value in what you are providing. And I must say congratulations and thank you so much for the interest there, for growing Tobago and ensuring that our economy kind of comes back to a place where, we can really feel comfortable.
Adana, I have to say that as you mentioned, the SMEs, they're growing. I'm really proud of the work a lot of these SMEs have been doing. I know I follow Joefield Enterprises on social media.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure if she was part of the initiative with the Ministry of Trade. I think it was earlier this year or last year.
Which one?
In terms of the packaging and that kind of thing.
She's one. She's one of the 10.
And you could really see the growth of those businesses.
Yes.
Her packaging is very sleek. It's professional. It's world standard.
It is.
And she's really been pushing into the Trinidad market. And anytime I see her stuff, I feel really, really, really proud that we have these Tobago SMEs doing these great things.
Yes,
that's right. So continue doing the great work.
Thank you so
much. And continue to give them the support that they really need to expand beyond Tobago. Tobago stands proud. And what we do here at Tobago Updates Television, we always applaud. Once we know Tobago is on an international stage, we will applaud and we will continue to support. So keep up the good work.
Can I just interject as well? I spoke to the president, the CEO of the TTMA. He called me like maybe a day or two after TIC. He said the Minister of Finance, who visited our booth really, really late, he called him raving about Tobago. He was amazed at what is happening in the Tobago space. So I'm actually looking forward to more support from the government because of what they were able to experience at TIC.
Right, I'm really, really happy to hear that. Viewers, you heard it right here on the morning show on Tobago Updates Television. We are doing things, we are going places, and Tobago has so much potential. If you have a business, you're considering starting a business, you're thinking about a business, talk to the folks there at the Division of Finance and Business Development Unit. They will guide you, they will give you the support that you need, and they will help you to establish that business. If you're really serious about it, there is great potential for you as well. Ladies and gentlemen, we have to go for a short break before we continue conversations in studio, and as we go, we invite you to help us.
Share the live, share the live, share the live.
We'll be right back.
My name is Kina Macmillan, your last year's third place winner and the Miss Photogenic for last year's Miss Heritage Personality Show. And this year, I want to carry you with me for my Tobago Heritage experience. I'll be hosting with Tobago Updates, bringing you live coverage behind the scenes and also their giveaways, tickets to the heritage events, and a 2-night stay to the Manzalina Grand. So you need to stay locked on to Tobago Updates on all their social media platforms, Kina Macmillan on Facebook and originalmedusa.tt on TikTok. My Tobago Heritage experience with Tobago Updates. Stay tuned.
Do something and roll back, come let me feel. I make a brush back. Do something and roll back. I make a brush back. Do something and do something.
With Flow Business's new smart solutions, powered by super fast, reliable broadband, you'll feel like there are more versions of you working for you. From website design, development, and digital marketing to promote your business, 24/7 business class support to cloud solutions, security, and more. Multiply your growth today.
Are you ready to celebrate the essence of Crusoe land and the culture of Tobago? Well, get ready for Tobago Day in New York City, hosted by the Tobago Empowerment and Alliance Mission, Sunday, August 17th, 2025, Nazareth High School Courtyard, 475 East 57th Street, Brooklyn, New York, 12 noon to 8 p.m. We bring the Tobago vibes to the Big Apple. Live music, Tobago food, cultural performances, and family fun. So bring Tanty, Granny, the uncle, invite the whole neighborhood. Just bring everybody and bring your significant other too. Come celebrate Tobago Day in New York City, Sunday, August 17th, Nazareth High School Courtyard. But I forget to tell all you, it's we 10th anniversary celebration. For more information, call 929-327-7857 or check Team's Facebook and Instagram pages, Team Tobago Day.
It's a different type of thing down there. Man, we party till we drop down there. With a lot of pretty girls down there. Down in Tobago.
TNTech is pleased to advise that its Roxborough Service Center has reopened. Starting Monday, 10th March, customers can once more visit the Roxborough Administrative Building to pay TNTech bills, request new connections, and more. TNTech, powering the nation into the next generation.
Goals, we've got them. At S&R Hair Fantasy, we provide a wide variety of quality hair, the latest hair accessories, adult toys, skin lightening products, female underwear, and much more under one roof. Check us out on Shelbourne Street in Plymouth or call us at 317-0808. We're open Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. S&R Hair Fantasy for queens who know exactly what they want.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
Welcome back to the morning show here on Tobago Updates Television, and thank you so much for staying with us. We continue conversations this morning in studio, and we have with us Miss Angel Thomas. She's an education advocate, and this morning we're talking about empowering Tobago's youth. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning. Thank you for having me here.
Of course, a pleasure having you. And when we're talking about education advocates and empowering Tobago youth, that's a very strong and a very, vibrant topic, and something that is very relevant for this space right now, especially knowing that our youths, they face so many different challenges, coming up and trying to find a space in society, trying to figure out what they want to do next. And we want to speak about a specific project that you have ongoing. So I'd like for you to introduce yourself and this project to our viewers this morning.
No problem. Hi, good morning. My name is Angel Thomas. I am 19 years old and I am the owner of the Graduation Promise. This is a foundation where I sponsor graduation and everything associated with graduation for students that can't afford it, whether it be primary school or high school. It doesn't matter your age, name, gender, religion, anything. Once you need the help, I offer.
And at 19 years old, why do you think it is important to ensure that somebody has what they need for their graduation?
Well, it actually is something personal to me. I was in third form when COVID hit, so I was the first batch of COVID students to have a graduation, and I witnessed firsthand how many parents, how many of my classmates couldn't graduate because their parents couldn't afford it. I literally got a job to be able to afford my graduation and help my mother afford my graduation. So I told her, I said, Mommy, we need to find a way to help people that can't graduate have the experience, because graduation is a right. It shouldn't be a luxury. Everybody deserves to graduate. Everybody wants to celebrate finishing school.
And what are some of the services that your initiative offers to students?
Okay, so firstly, we offer financial support. We offer, I pay for the graduation and the ceremony. I get hairdressers, nail techs, gown rentals, transportation, photo shoots, whatever the students may need that they deem is what they want for their perfect graduation is what I source and provide.
And in terms of partnerships, how do you go about acquiring these things? Because you're talking about gowns and hairdressers, nail techs, makeup artists, perhaps, I don't know, car rentals. How do you go about engaging persons to assist? Because I'm not sure how deep your pockets are, to be able to afford these things.
I would do a lot of research, to be very honest, look at reviews. I am a social media influencer as well, so I would look on social media and see, okay, this business has this amount of followers, check their reviews, shoot calls, call people that I know. I can't do it by myself, so I would ask a lot of questions. I would ask if their vision aligns with mine. I have to ensure that their vision aligns with mine, because I don't want that I have a business doing here and they're just doing it for a forward. They're not genuinely doing it because they want to give somebody the experience. So it's a lot of research, basically.
So you partner with other agencies, other businesses for sponsorships and donations?
Yes, I did partner with other businesses for sponsorship this year.
And I don't know if you mentioned it before, but how long has the initiative been going on for? How many years now?
This is actually my first year. I launched in March, so this year would have been my first graduation. It was a little bit hectic because I'm now starting, and people would be like, why should I trust a stranger? This is her first year. What if she's going to pocket my money? To be honest, it was actually bigger than I expected. The support I got was immaculate. I would always say thanks to God, because I don't think without him I would have gotten so much support.
And how many persons were you able to assist with your first time, and how were people able to, as you rightfully said, to trust you to say, okay, let me go to Angel to help me with my graduation? How did that work out?
Well, I actually sponsored 6 students in total this year, 4 from Trinidad and 2 from Tobago. I was just transparent, to be very, very honest. I prayed about it. I said, Lord, you know my heart. Give me a way to convince these people that I'm not trying to pocket anything from them. So most people, I didn't take money in any form or fashion. I would either let them pay directly to the schools, or I would let them do a service where I don't have to receive any money. So they do think, okay, she's going to take my money and she's going and travel with it, because that is not the case at all.
And how are you able to identify the persons? I mean, 6 for your first year is, I must say, commendable.
Thank you.
And how were you able to identify these persons to assist them?
I would go directly to these schools, I would go directly to the schools and talk to the principals or the teachers, and I would let them know what I am here for, what is my initiative, and how I plan to help them. They would choose which student they find is best. In the school in Trinidad in particular, I did a primary school where I sponsored 4 students in total. They told me the 4 students, they literally cannot everything like field trip and that thing, they would have to contribute the money for the students, so the students would need it. And I was only going to do 1 student for that school, but when I saw that they only had a ceremony and not a dinner, I said, okay, I could give you all the money for XYZ. I could fully sponsor 1 student and partly sponsor the other 3, but I could still help in some form or fashion.
Okay, and you said how you went about choosing the students, but how did you go about choosing the school itself as well?
I did a random wheel. I didn't want it to be biased because, you know, I went to Scarborough Secondary. So if I chose Scarborough Secondary, they would say, she went Scarborough Secondary, so I should choose there. And my little sister goes to Scarborough RC. If I chose there, they would say, she's sister going to Scarborough RC. So I put the schools in a wheel, and I went on Instagram Live, and I pressed the wheel, and whatever the wheel selected, that was the school I went to. I made sure I had proof that I did not pick it myself.
I like that approach, actually, and I don't think I've ever heard any NGO, anybody doing it like that. They would probably, they would have their biases, which is quite fine, you know, to say, well, I'm going back to my alma mater. But I like the fact that you were very innovative in your selection. Is like, listen, this is Trinidad and Tobago, and whomever needs the help, that is where we're going to go.
Full transparency.
Yeah, I must commend you for the youthful spin. I think is because your youth also is helping you in terms of coming up with ways that is kind of engaging to your audiences, your target audience, which is, of course, schools and children wanting to graduate as well. What is next for Angel? What is next?
What is next for me? Well, I am currently working on a back-to-school project with Rotaract Tobago. In collaboration with Books and Wheels, we are giving away, well, back-to-school bags, vouchers, and we are actually giving away free haircuts and hair combs for children that are going back to school. So that is what next for me right now.
Okay, and moving forward for the next graduation cycle, have you set a goal of how many schools you want to impact, how many students you want to impact?
I think I want to top my first day, obviously, because I did 6 students. And I mean, that's kind of hard to top because it's a first year and you did 6 students. So I definitely want to look at, I would say 6 schools in total. I'll try to do two students from each school, a boy and a girl, obviously with the help of the Lord, because I don't have a plan just yet.
Okay. You know, I love your passion and your enthusiasm, and sometimes experience is what kind of pushes us to do certain things. And so I'm happy that your story turned out into something positive, not just for you, but for other persons who you can assist as well to ensure that they have the experience. And I do hope that, you know, corporate Trinidad and Tobago, you are listening out there and you are able to partner with an NGO. Why not with Angels, the graduation promise, to ensure that children can have a good graduation, or even the back to school project, wherever you can help. Put your hands in your pockets and assist someone somewhere. I mean, you could change somebody's story by your assistance, right? You could change somebody's story.
Yes, this year, actually, one of the girls I helped from Tobago, when she saw me and she came to try on the dress, she hugged me and she said, "Miss, if you didn't pay for this, I would have never graduated," because she's in a home. And when I saw that, tears literally come to my eye, because this is the reason I am doing it. I am doing it to change somebody's life. They would remember 10 years to come, hey, I couldn't graduate and this lady paid for mine. They might want to do the same thing for somebody in years to come. So this is exactly why I'm doing it.
Okay.
I really like it. I really like it. And, you know, I want to wish you all the success as you continue. I hope the partners will come forward, people will volunteer to contribute, and that you continue to bring smiles on faces of children and their parents as well for helping them. Because I know the stress is there. These parents might be thinking, oh gosh, my son, my daughter, they want to and I don't have it. And here comes Angel. What's her name? You know,
like a guardian angel
with the help that they so need. So all the best in your endeavors. And I hope that, you know, you continue to expand and engage more persons as well.
Thank you so much for that.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we've been speaking with Miss Angel Thomas, and she's the owner of the Graduation Promise, going out there and helping children to graduate, outfitting them or paying for their dinners, whatever it is they need to assist them to have a good after-school experience at their graduation. And also you hear that what is coming up next is the partnering Rotaract to ensure that children have books to go back to school. So if you are in a position to assist, Please assist where is necessary. We have to go for a short break before we continue conversations, and as we go, we invite you to help us.
Share the live, share the live,
share the live. We'll be right back.
Hair goals, we've got them. At S&R Hair Fantasy, we provide a wide variety of quality hair, the latest hair accessories, adult toys, skin lightening products, female underwear, and much more under one roof. Check us out on Shelbourne Street in Plymouth or call us at 317-0808. We're open Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. S&R Hair Fantasy for queens who know exactly what they want.
I see girls, I see fun, I see winding up in the sun, I see 10 bottle of rum, DJ start the thing, let me jump. Cause I see girls, I see fun, I see winding up in the sun, I see 10 girls to a man, DJ start the thing, let me ram my shit. When my team touch down, everything get wild. Hey, 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 take out your flag and fling it up, take out something and fling it up, fling it up, fling it up high. Hey, 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 start to jump up and fling it up, take out something and fling it up.
Welcome to Tobago Glass Supplies, where innovation meets excellence and service reigns supreme.
Well, I want a proper window for me house, yeah? I want no shake thing in my place.
Our commitment is simple: to provide high quality innovative aluminum, vinyl, and glass solutions for both commercial and residential spaces.
We get one wall on the side and we get one hole. You can put a window there, invent something, a window for put there.
At TGSL, we don't just meet needs, we exceed expectations. Our range includes the finest aluminum cladding options, setting new standards in durability and style.
Well, me meet ya. Me don't know who I'm talking to, but my children, cousin Tofina tell me, for call all you go get proper thing for put there. Me don't know.
Driven by our passion to elevate, we aim to be the leading supplier in the Caribbean market while retaining our identity as a family-owned business.
Driven? No, I ain't driving. I get a bus ticket. One of me pick me them go drop me down there. Must bring me down there. Russo Trace Springer down by the place down there.
Because at Tobago Glass Supplies Limited, it's not just about products, it's about relationships. It's about you.
It's all about me? Who's your family? You know Edna and Dorka and them, you know them, but you resemble them Edward boy and them Edward people them you.
Tobago Glass Supplies, Russo Trace Spring Garden, telephone number 639-6266. Innovation, quality, service. That's Tobago Glass Supplies Limited.
Welcome back to the Tobago Updates Morning Show. And as you can see there, the ladies for the Miss Tobago Heritage Personality, they are raring and ready to go. The promotion video looks very sleek, very modern, Adana. What do you think about it?
Yes, you know, I like the fact that it looks earthy, but it also looks rich. I suppose because the earth is rich,
Yes.
it looks very earthy and opulent and very rootsy. You know,
Yes.
and I like the promo video there, and I'm looking forward to the presentation. You know, as I mentioned earlier in our earlier banter, that the Miss Personality show is always, you always like, what am I looking forward to this year? And you
Yes.
find something to hold on to, because I mean, these girls go through, and I think when we spoke with them last week, Friday, they go through a series of training. It's not just I look pretty, so I come here and I come to do our talents to represent my village or
Yes.
my community. They actually go through training. They do public speaking. They do etiquette. They do presentation. They learn the culture.
So,
they learn
yes.
they learn more about their community. And I think this year they had a monument, so they had to learn the
About
history.
the historical sites,
yes,
the
you know,
monuments.
and so I am happy that the Heritage Festival and tourism and all of these agencies are coming together to ensure, and I must say First Citizens Bank as well, because they have been a sponsor for I think 25 years.
For a long
ongoing.
time, yes.
And that they ensure that these remain staples in the event. They ensure that these things remain a part of the center, the core of what the event is, that we don't lose sight of that,
Yes.
those are the core values. At the end of the day, the personalities, they walk away with something. Even if they don't walk away with the crown, we hear some of them saying that they get engagement elsewhere. They go back to their communities and they build their communities. They start their own projects. Some of them get into NGOs. Some of them, they do amazing things when they leave. It's not just about the night, you know?
You know, speaking with the young ladies on Tuesday, one thing they all state is that this process has grown them. They've grown so much from the process. They've learned so much, you know, and they're better people after this entire thing. So yes, you're right to say that, you know, even if they don't walk away with the crown, they walk away with growth, and that's a win.
Absolutely a win. And you know, they grow off of each other. For instance, somebody might go in there with a strength in one area, and as they come together as a unit, and you hear them talking about, we are friends, we are family now, and where else will you go? You see there's competition. Everybody enter there with the hopes to win.
Yes.
But they don't let that rule the way they operate with each other.
Yes.
They still come to learn. They still came to give. They give of themselves and they learn from each other, and they create that unit so that when they leave, come Friday night, they still remain friendly. And you know, it's something that should transcend through all industries. I think is something that we should try to emulate. So that is happening tomorrow night at the Shore Park Complex, the Miss Heritage Personality 2025 Shore Park Complex. What is the cost? $100 for adults and $50 for children.
Pay at the door.
Pay at the door. You don't want to miss it. Come and support your girl. Come and support our Tobago girls. Whether you're from Charlottesville, whether you're from Lansoming, Lescotto, Bonaccord, Canaan, Canby, wherever you're from, come and support our girls. Come and support our culture,
And you
because
know,
it will be
Adana,
amazing.
And you know, Adana, even though tomorrow is going to be an exciting night, today is Lekato.
Yes.
It was remiss of me to forget Lekato. Today is Lekato. Superstitions, folktales and superstitions. They're going to have an excellent production tonight. But during the day, the Lekato Heritage Day Fair is taking place. That is from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. today at the Lekato Community Center. Yes, they will be celebrating our culture and heritage. And they're going to have things like traditional breakfast and food, cultural displays. You know, they got the dirt oven. People love the dirt oven goodies. They're going to have games, entertainment, handicraft demonstrations. And they're going to have a sale of market produce plants and all different other items.
And you know, I want to whisper this because I'm not proud. I've never been to the Lescotto production. I've never been.
I went once.
Let's see what this year says today. Yes, let's see how it goes today. I might trek to Lescotto today. I don't know, but I've never.
Be good.
I've never. I feel as if you know, every time we talk about an event on the calendar, you hear somebody saying that has be real good,
Yes.
this does be real good. So
Yes.
it's needless to say, the entire production from start to finish,
It's excellent,
really
yes.
good. And you know, I must say, Tobago is so rich with culture, so rich with talent also, and the willingness of the people to give of themselves for the Tobago Heritage Festival. When you think about all the different areas of the Heritage Festival and the talents that you require, event management, I mean, come on, to manage, this is a 2-week-long event, and so you have to manage all the logistics to ensure that it is well executed in every single community. So you had to have that. You also have to have patience,
Yes.
because things might go wrong. You have to be able to manage
and adapt as things change. You know, everything will go perfectly, but as the circumstances change, you have to be able to change with the circumstances and really, you know, do what you can to make the event come off. And people think that doing an event is easy. It's not easy at all. It's very difficult. It could become very stressful. And kudos for all the persons that put their hand to the wheel to pull off these events at within the communities. And kudos to those who work tirelessly at the Festivals Commission. I know it's not easy work they're doing in the Festivals Commission, but they still put their hands to the wheel and they bring off all our festivals.
But Akinlabi, you know, what I was trying to say is that in Tobago, we can rival any events company in the world.
Of course.
Because look at the type of events we produce, and we're using the talent from right here in Tobago. We might not have all the state-of-the-art equipment, but we know how to source them.
Yes.
We know how to put them together. We know how to make what we have work and still produce something that is world-class. So I want to say kudos to Tobago. You know, I want to pat myself on the back for all of Tobago. I think we're doing something so amazing, and we're standing together, and the support that is coming from the patrons as well. When you go to the events, you see the events, people are participating, people are, you know, supporting the events. We went to Charlottesville, and there were people. So, you know, the people have to come out, you know, and continue to come out and show support, because the effort being put into this is a lot. It is a lot. So I must commend the Tobago Festivals Commission. I must commend communities within Tobago. I must commend you, our Tobago persons, people who are coming from Trinidad, the Caribbean region, far and wide, who are coming from wherever you are. Thank you so much for putting us on your calendar and being a part of the Tobago culture for this 2-week period where the Tobago House of Assembly and together with the Tobago Festivals Commission hosts the Heritage Festival. She becomes more beautiful.
Every year.
She becomes more beautiful.
Every
you
year,
know?
every year.
And we are really, really proud of that. So we're hoping to see you at least one of the events for the Tobago Heritage Festival. We're hoping to see you. We're looking for you. Tobago Updates crew will be around the block. Yes, we're always there on site to ensure that things are happening and that you are able to participate in what is taking place. Remember, today is Lescato, so all roads head to Lescato today to take in what is happening. And then again on Friday, we have the Miss Heritage Personality Competition. Well, viewers, that is where we have to end the morning show for today. But of course, it's not where we end our programming. We head on over to GMT, which is Good Morning Tobago. So as we go, we invite you to help us. Share the live, share the live, share the live.
We are here at the Scarborough General Hospital Medical Imaging Department. This morning, we actually hand over our brand new 64-slice CT scanner, replacing the 16-slice scanner that we've had since the inception of the hospital. We've had a CT scanner, but this 64-slice would enable us to have faster images. So it's, of course, shorter scan time for our patients, better imaging quality, so we'll be able to see detail in a much more efficient fashion, enabling better diagnosis, and it will also enable us to do things like CT angiography that we could not have done.
So it is really, really an honor being here this morning to finally participate in this ceremony. Of course, we know that the CT scan is one of those pieces of equipment that can really help us with a whole lot. Its capacity to see what is happening within the body means that it can help us when we're dealing with trauma, even when we're dealing with NCDs, when we're dealing with a full gamut, cancers, when we're dealing with a full gamut of diseases in terms of diagnostics. Ready?
This career day is one of the most important days in the lives of the students, because these students are just discovering themselves, and we want to expose them to as much possibilities as possible, so that at the end of the day they will not only be limited to what they knew before, they will see, well, okay, maybe all the time I was stuck thinking that I wanted to do this, but there is something better for me to do. So better exposure, better choices means that you have a greater chance to succeed in life.
We have about 30 different booths. The professions vary from tertiary education to entrepreneurship, to employment after college or after high school, which is WASA. We have THTI, we also have MIC, COSTAT, and we have makeup artists, nail technicians, and barbering going on the inside of the building as well. Our theme this year is Step Out into New Possibilities, and I want my students to understand that it's not just a closed-minded thing where it's just early morning work for them. It's more creating your own employment, finding new ideas to create employment in Tobago. Don't sit and wait for somebody else to employ you.
It's wonderful is for us to get to know more about the careers that are out there that we need. If we want, we could join and become someone in life and end up on the streets or begging for little dollars and $2. I want to become a policeman to bring law and order to the society of Trinidad and Tobago.
It's a fun thing to let the kids learn about what they have to do in life and thing. My favorite part is the cooking part.
I think it is very inspiring to the upcoming youths.
I have been at a couple of career fairs in the sense of teaching children how to trim. Also, barbering is something that is be overlooked, I should say, but is one of the most essential part of grooming, because men need to be groomed in order to go out to places, whether it be the workplace or out at parties, etc. And it tends to be overlooked. So I choose to come to the career fair to promote myself and also to teach people how to become a barber.
I believe in career fair because it allows for an opportunity for students to understand what career path that they would like to go into, and stepping into your new possibilities is one of the things I think is a good team, and what it allows for students to understand that they have to know their purpose, they have to know what they desire in life, and from that build on their brand and what they want to become as future generations.
That was a production of the Department of Information, Office of the Chief Secretary, Tobago House of Assembly.
You're viewing Tobago Updates Television, your exclusive gateway to Tobago, broadcasting the beauty of this island paradise to the world.
Good morning and welcome back to Good Morning Tobago right here on Tobago Updates. I am your host, Chanel Feeling. You know, whenever you see me sitting here, it's because we're about to have those conversations that you want to have while I ask those questions that you want asked. But before we get into this morning's interesting topics and conversations, let's have our news in 90 seconds. A man who escaped custody just a day earlier is dead following an armed confrontation with police in Sandy Grande, Trinidad. Around 11:25 a.m. on Wednesday morning, officers spotted Abraham Briggs, an escaped prisoner, along Jawar Singh Drive. He fled into nearby bushes where he allegedly pointed a weapon at officers. In response, police opened fire, and Briggs, who was serving a 6-year sentence for robbery, was taken to hospital but later died. Investigations are now searching the swampy area for the weapon. Additionally, Chief Secretary Honorable Farley Augustine, along with Secretary for Settlement Ian Pollard and Assistant Secretary Orlando Kerr, met with Habitat for Humanity representatives for high-level discussions on sustainable housing. The visiting team, including Leela Maria Obandu and Leela Maria Obandu Marquis and Leslie Caroline Camaro Jeffs and Alexandro Arisa and Jamal Fraser. Discussions centered on building resilient communities and improving access to housing for Tobago's rural and underserved areas. And finally, Minister of Culture and Community Development, the Honorable Michelle Benjamin, has ordered an urgent audit into the National Carnival Commission, citing troubling financial discrepancies and over $178 million in outstanding payments owed to stakeholders from Carnival 2025. The minister made it clear that the newly appointed NCC board will face no honeymoon period, calling for accountability, transparency, and swift action. A special meeting has been set for July 29, 2025 to address the audit findings and outstanding payments and planning for Carnival 2026. And that was our news in 90 seconds.
Hello, New York! Are you ready to celebrate the essence of Crusoe Land and the culture of Tobago? Well, get ready for Tobago Day in New York City, hosted by the Tobago Empowerment and Alliance Mission, Sunday, August 17, 2025, Nazareth High School Courtyard, 475 East 57th Street, Brooklyn, New York, 12 noon to 8 p.m. We bring the Tobago vibes to the Big Apple. Live music, Tobago food, cultural performances, and family fun. So bring Tanty, Granny, the uncle, invite the whole neighborhood. Just bring everybody and bring your significant other too. Come celebrate Tobago Day in New York City, Sunday, August 17th, Nazareth High School Courtyard. But hey, I forget to tell all you, it's we 10th anniversary celebration. For more information, call 929-327-7857 or check Team's Facebook and Instagram pages, Team Tobago Day.
Good morning and welcome back. Now, this morning I have the privilege of chatting right here virtually with Miss Nyasha Marie Hall, who is one of the executive members of that very Tobago Day team. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning.
Excellent. It's a pleasure to have you here this morning. Now, Tobago Day celebrations in New York has grown to be something that persons are, now making sure to place on their yearly calendar of events. Whether it's Tobagonians trekking it to New York to be a part of the celebrations, or Tobagonians and their families abroad that make it their duty to, as we say, link up again with their fellow Tobagonians. Now, this is happening, and tell us about why it's so important for, persons to not only attend but be aware of that these type of celebrations are happening.
So, thanks for having me. Tobago Day, we promote culture, heritage, It's a place where the diaspora can advertise their products and goods. So we have, like, this year we're having the crab race. We're having the Tobago left hand dumpling competition. All those are having prizes also. We're also assisting in launching the Tobago database, where we can find our diasporas. So we have a lot of activities in place.
Is this an initiative of, can you hear me now?
I'm hearing you now.
Right. Tell us a bit about the Tobago Diaspora Database. Is this an initiative of the Tobago House of Assembly, or is it, a private initiative that the organization is taking on to gather data on persons that are attending the event?
From what I know, it's a database where we can find our diasporas. However, for additional information, you can contact Ms. Angela Cooper, which is our public relations operator and chairperson of Tobago Day Committee. Her number is 929-327-7857.
Excellent. And, tell us about some of the things that we can look forward to at that Tobago Day celebration.
So we heard Tobagonians' complaints as far as they wanted a bigger stage. We have that. We facilitate that for this year. They wanted a bigger sound system. We facilitate that also. We are honoring our founding members this year. It's the 10th anniversary, so it's appropriate to honor them this year. And we also have the crab race, like I mentioned before. We have the left hand dumpling, which is being made by a Tobagonian. And all the vendors. We have the food vendors. They're very good cooks, Tobagonian cooks. We have some arts and craft from Tobago, and the archers with the leather shoes and bags. We have the fire department for safety. One of our members works with the FDNY, so we have safety in place, which is security, and so forth. So
excellent. And tell us about the growth of you said that you would be honoring your founding members this year as you mark year 10. Tell us about the growth of the festival, the Tobago Day celebration over the years. How has it evolved?
So I've only been a member for 3 years, about 3 years. So in the time that I am there, we have grown significantly and continue to grow. This year will be a very large year, and we'll continue to grow. We're heading in the right direction.
Excellent. Are there any sponsors on board for this event that you want to highlight?
I know we have Afia Naturals. We have a few which we are not putting together. We are now working on putting together, actually. So I don't want to call out everybody and have it wrong at this time.
Excellent.
But we will update it on our IG and Facebook page.
Excellent. So just give people the contact information if they want to follow up, if they want to attend the event. Where is the event? What time?
Okay, so we are open. So our event is at the Nazareth High School courtyard, which is located at 475 East 57th Street, Brooklyn, New York. Phone numbers to contact is 929-327-7857, which is our PRO, Angela Cooper. We have Caroline on ground in Tobago, which is our secretary. That is 868-316-2413. And we have our Facebook and IG, which is Tobago Day. But I'd like to include that we have a two-day layout. We have the football tournament, and we have the poker tournament. I think wrong robin. Sorry about that. The wrong robin tournament.
Excellent, excellent. So, well, we look forward to a successful Tobago Day celebration in New York, and we are hoping that everyone who is traveling to New York to be a part of that gets there safely, and that everyone who is a part of that event enjoys. So, we want to thank you so much for coming on this morning and telling us all about the Tobago celebration that's happening. Guys, we're going to take a quick break right here, and we'll be back right after this. See you soon.
Thank you.
Are you in a dispute with a registered investment service provider of the TTSEC? Or maybe you're the victim of an investment scam? You can lodge a complaint or submit an anonymous tip to the Trinidad and Tobago Securities and Exchange Commission. Download our Investor Protection app or go to ttsec.org.tt to access our complaint form or submit an anonymous tip. Write a clear summary of your complaint. Submit copies of supporting documents along with the originals for verification. Provide a copy of the feedback received from the entity regarding your complaint. All investor complaints or scam reports submitted by the public are acknowledged and reviewed by the TTSEC. Investigations are pursued based on the outcome of the review. Trinidad and Tobago Securities and Exchange Commission, protecting the interests of investors and the public. You invest, we protect. Everyone benefits.
This week at the Tobago Heritage Festival 2025, Natural Treasures Day in Charlottesville, Monday 21st, 9 a.m. Salaka Feast in Pembroke, Wednesday 23rd, 8 p.m. Lekoto Folk Tales and Superstition, Thursday 24th, 8 p.m. Miss Tobago Heritage Personality Show, Friday 25th, from 6 p.m. Sponsored by First Citizens. Tobago Old Time Carnival Juve, Saturday 26th, 4 a.m. Heritage Calypso Monarch, Saturday 26th from 8 p.m. Buko Unveiled, Sunday 27th.
My name is Tina Macmillan, your last year's third place winner and the Miss Photogenic for last year's Miss Heritage Personality Show. And this year, I want to carry you with me for my Tobago Heritage experience. I'll be hosting With Tobago Updates, bringing you live coverage behind the scenes and also their giveaways, tickets to the heritage events, and a 2-night stay to the Manzolina Grand. So you need to stay locked on to Tobago Updates on all their social media platforms, Kina Macmillan on Facebook and originalmedusa.tt on TikTok. My Tobago Heritage experience with Tobago Updates. Stay tuned.
Do something and roll back, come let me reel. I make a brush back, brush back. Do something and roll back, come let me reel. I make a brush back, brush back. Do something and do something.
Quartz is well known as the Caribbean's largest retailer, providing consumers for generations with the very best products to enhance their homes. This year, we bring our expertise to businesses. Quartz Business Solutions will serve small, medium, and large companies with the very best products at the most competitive prices, backed by warranties and after-sales support. Hoteliers, office managers, restaurants, and so many more. Quartz Business Solutions, a brand of the Unicomer Group.
So guys, there are some new developments in housing in Tobago. So it's goat racing time. This is 116, the show that keeps you in the know with all things Tobago House of Assembly. Each week, 116 delivers a fun and engaging overview of the latest developments, achievements, activities, and events of our dynamic assembly. So join me. Let's dive into the Tobago House of Assembly's Week in Review right here on 116.
Good morning, and welcome back to Good Morning Tobago right here on Tobago Updates. Now, guys, I know you're not hearing the bells, but there are Christmas bells ringing in studio this morning. Why? Because we are celebrating Court's Christmas in July. This morning, I have the privilege of chatting in studio with Miss Crystal Prince, who is the manager of the Court's Lowlands branch. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning. Thanks for having me. I appreciate being here.
Right, so you came this morning and you came ringing Christmas bells in July. And what does that mean? That means that Courts is celebrating Christmas in July with its 20% off sale, and that's on cash and credit.
Yes.
Tell us all about what's happening at
But
Courts.
it's not just the cash and credit. So we have a lot of items in store that's a part of the Christmas in July. So it's going to be a 2-day sale. And you know, I didn't know if you noticed, but today's the 24th. So what is that? Like Christmas Eve, right?
Right.
So it's like the Christmas Eve and Christmas. So in addition to getting the 20% off cash and credit, you have free delivery with purchases over $4,999. We also have 30% off rugs. How Christmassy is that? Change your rug one time. And we know these days are extremely hot. So we have 15% off Frigidaire ACs. You know, us girlies don't like to sweat. So you can get 15% off the AC. And in addition to that, you get the installation free. How is that?
Excellent.
Right?
And, you know, getting a quality mattress is always a bit pricey. And when you invest in a good mattress, you have a good mattress for a pretty long time. And having good sleep is always a part of having daily productivity. Tell us about, you know, what are some of the discounts given on mattresses?
So as you say, sleep, we have our Sleep On It brand, right? And you have one price for any size. So full size, queen size, king size, you pay $16.99.
For any
How is
size
that?
mattress?
Any size. So time to throw that dusty mattress. Might be sinking in the middle. You're ponging it. You know, let's get a comfortable mattress. Any size, $16.99. And that is happening for the next 2 days. So you need to come on along.
And
In
this is
addition to
both
that,
in cash and on credit. So
You
you
can.
can do higher purchase and still
so
benefit from
I
that
should
20%
put it out
off.
there that any item, $5.99 and over, can be done on credit. So if you're thinking, oh, it's just like 20, you can, anything $5.99 and over. In addition to that, we have our jingle hour, 40% off small items. You know what that means,
Don't
right?
say that.
Yes. You know, you can even do it, you know, you might be saying, I have stuff, get it, because you know what, you might have a wedding, ta-tan, it's going to make great gift items.
Right.
Yeah.
And, you know, if you are one of those persons who, you know, are currently building or renovating and you're saying, you know what, let me wait until I'm finished building and then I start furnishing. Sometimes you really have to catch these sales while you can get them. And I am a big Courts girly. Everybody knows that about me. And they're like, Shin, Courts needs to start paying you for this free advertising, because I am always in Courts and I'm always there because I get quality items at an affordable price. And so that's why I have been a Courts girly through and through.
And we appreciate you.
You know, one of the things that I say to people is I'm not getting all these things because I could necessarily afford to keep buying stuff, but there's a method to the madness.
Correct.
You have to be able to identify when you have crazy 20%
These
off
deals,
sales
right?
like these. And when you do, you get the highest quality items at the lowest price. So it's not about just walking in Courts any and every day and just buying stuff because you have a shopping addiction. It's about being smart.
Yes.
And being able to catch quality at a great price.
Yes. What about the 75-inch Samsung television?
Talk to us about it.
So it's $8,299. In addition to that, we have other brands that is also on sale. And the thing is, you may say $8,200, but remember, we have credit and you don't have to come with cash. Keep your cash for those parents who are saying, I can't. I have to save more money for books. You can, because it's no deposit. So we give you this item, you have it, you use it for 30 days, and then you make your first installment, which is a low price. And you can break it up in chunks. You can pay weekly, fortnightly, or monthly. The thing is once you pay. we are happy, and we have a lot of loyal customers. Customers come into the branch. Courts is like family. You can testify to that, right? First name basis, everyone. From the lowest to the highest ranked person, everyone is first name basis. So it's a family-like environment. You come in, customers will tell you, I furnish everything I have in Courts. You know why? That low monthly price, it's affordable. You can afford to come, and you can say, you know what, instead of paying $400 every month, I could pay $100 every week. You come in and you make that payment. And because you are a true credit customer, you always have that credit line, that line of credit extended to you. So should something go bad, your fridge, your stove, you come in and you're distressed, we are going to ease that because you're going to get something. And with that, we have this Whirlpool stove and range hood for $4,799. So you're saving $1,000 on that deal.
Wow, excellent. And Whirlpool is a great brand. We all know that. But talk to us about the warranty that persons get on these items.
Right. I'm happy that you asked that. So the manufacturers provide the basic 1-year warranty, but Courts also offer the extended warranty, which you can get a small fraction. You can get 2 to 3 years warranty. All right. It's, in case you're wondering, how am I going to afford this additional? You can add it onto your credit and still pay that low price, and you're covered. And listen to me, it works. The reason being, so I had a customer recently, he would have purchased a washer for his mom, and he purchased it like about 2 years ago, and now it has gone bad. And because he would have paid that $475 for that extended warranty, he was now given an exchange. So you can imagine a washer that is worth thousands of dollars, you are getting this exchange, a new one, for $475. So tell me, is that not making economical sense?
Right. And one of the things I like about Courts is that you always have new, modern, and up-to-date appliances and furniture. Because, if you're anything like me, you love a modern aesthetic. Talk to us a bit about that.
Right. So just to segue a little bit, our month-long promotion, it's Be Inspired. And I love it because, when you think about being inspired, as you talk about the furniture and you talk about the appliances, it inspires you to spruce up your space. Get that modern look. If you're into the modern, it's everything. And what I like? These days, people are not being boxed. They are free. I'm creative. This is my space. I can do whatever color palette I want. I want to purchase this. I want to do this decor. We are not boxed in by what is traditionally matchy, this kind of thing. So be inspired, be creative, be who you want to be at Courts.
Excellent. I'm glad you said that because, a part of, just feeling good, having great mental health and being productive is being in a clean, comfortable environment where you create the vibe and the aesthetic that you want. And Courts provides you with all the little pieces that you need to create that atmosphere in your home, in your business, in your office. And business is a huge thing, and now Courts has that Courts Business Solutions. Tell us a bit about that.
I can touch on it because we haven't formally opened us yet, but we have been doing trade. It's Courts Business Solution. It's the B2B, business to business. And I think what is going to happen here, I'm so excited about it because small business especially can tap into this. So this big piece of equipment, business equipment, to do all your trades and all of that, you can tap into it and pay the same small monthly payment whilst focusing on your business. And we're going to have the formal launch. I'm officially inviting you.
I'm already going to be there. I'm here at Tobago, and we are always going to have you covered.
Right. And it's located at the Courts Lowlands branch. The space is excellent. We have what you would say is a mock hotel room vibe. It's there. All the pieces, you have warmers, fryers, coffee machines. It's so new. I've been with the company a while, and when I saw it, I was like, like a little kid. It's exciting, and we're looking forward to serving the people of Tobago. Of course, Trinidad has theirs as well, but we're looking forward to serving the people of Tobago in this brand new arm of the business.
Excellent. We're going to take a quick break and we'll be back with much more on Courts' Christmas in July. See you soon.
To a brand new dawning as the passion start to rise, the energy fill the skies. I say thanks for favor.
TNTech is pleased to advise that its Roxborough Service Center has reopened. Starting Monday, 10th March, customers can once more visit the Roxborough Administrative Building to pay TNTech bills, request new connections, and more. TNTech, powering the nation into the next generation.
Welcome to Tobago Glass Supplies, where innovation meets excellence and service reigns supreme.
Well, I want a proper window for me house, eh? I want no shake thing in my place.
Our commitment is simple: to provide high-quality, innovative aluminum, vinyl, and glass solutions for both commercial and residential spaces.
We get one wall on the side and we get one hole. You can put a window there, invent something, a window for put there.
At TGSL, we don't just meet needs, we exceed expectations. Our range includes the finest aluminum cladding options, setting new standards in durability and style.
Well, me meet ya. Me don't know who I'm talking to, but my children, cousin Tofina tell me, for call all you go get proper thing for put there. Me don't know.
Driven by our passion to elevate, we aim to be the leading supplier in the Caribbean market while retaining our identity as a family-owned business.
Driven? No, I ain't driving. I get a bus ticket. One of me pick me them go drop me down there. Must bring me down there. Russo Trace Springer down by the place down there.
Because at Tobago Glass Supplies Limited, it's not just about products, it's about relationships. It's about you.
It's all about me? Who's your family? You know Edna and Dorka and them, you know them, but you resemble them Edward boy and them Edward people them you.
Tobago Glass Supplies, Russo Trace Spring Garden, telephone number 639-6266. Innovation, quality, service. That's Tobago Glass Supplies Limited.
This week at the Tobago updates. Good morning, Tobago. Let's go. It's a brand new morning. Rise up to a brand new dawning.
Good morning and welcome back to Good Morning Tobago right here on Tobago Updates. Well, guys, you know I am a big time courts girly, so you know even while we were offset, we've been talking about all things courts, all things home, all things furnishing. I'm back here in studio chatting with Ms. Crystal Prince, who's the manager of the Courts Lowlands branch, and she's telling us all about the specials and the prizes and the discounts that you can get during this Christmas in July sale.
Right. So as we were discussing off here, it's so much to talk about, and we just want to invite persons to come on down, because in addition to what is on the flyer, we have so much things that we can pack on a flyer. So I'm just going to touch on a number of things that we have throughout the store that's on promotion right now. So we have selected brush cutters. You know, it's raining. I can't tell, this weather pattern is kind of weird, but your grass is growing up. So we have brush cutters, selected brush cutters at reduced prices, and you're getting the 2-stroke oil, the measuring beaker, and the gas canister for free when you purchase that
are
brush
the brush
cutter.
cutters also on hire purchase as well?
You
So
can.
for persons who want to be a part of that business solution, can they also buy a couple of brush cutters as a part
You
of
can.
the business package?
Just to remind persons, anything $5.99 and over can be done on hire purchase. So it's that simple. If you're a first-time person, all you need is your job letter, payslip ID, and a proof of address. It's as simple as that. Approval, we give approval within 24 hours, right? Credit approval, they do all the research. Ma'am, you approve, you get delivery, right? And as I said, 30 days later, you have use of your item. So you can rock back, do whatever. 30 days later, you come in and you pay us, right? So we have also some of the TCL
So no payment
TVs.
after 30 days?
No payment. So you can gather your frills, you know, you have chances. You come in, right, time to pay courts. It's so simple. And, you know, what I like with credit, we were discussing it, is that you are able to get whatever outside of the home. We talk about brush cutters. We have so many things, rugs, you know, so much. I mean, coming in quartz is like a kid in a candy store.
Correct.
You know,
And I am the kid, and quartz is definitely the candy
right.
store.
So you have home decor, you have wall art, you know, it's anything you can think about. We have pillows, you have sheets, you have bedspread, anything.
It's too much. Sometimes you just have to close your eyes and walk out because it's so everything you see you want.
Yes, you want.
But when you see that there are, you know, deals and discounts and promotions, that's when you really get the things that you want
That's
at a
right.
reasonable price. So tell us about the other discounts.
So let me tell you, we have the TCL, Android, Google smart TVs because we have no more non-smart TVs in store, right? Only smart. So when customers come here, smart TV, we have been doing smart long time. No more non-smart, right? Or as some people say, no more intermediate TVs, it's only smart. So we have the 98-inch that is going for $18,999. You know the size of a 98-inch? You can wrap your head around that.
Right, well, you know, for those persons who are doing new construction, you have a lot of new things being done with these new construction homes, specifically the ones that are on the market, you know, for persons who are renovating and selling or just building new construction projects to sell. When you have this size of screen, they often sell them as, you know, having that at-home covered.
And
so
we
tell us a bit
also
about
have-
that active and gym equipment. Are any of those things on sale right now?
We have all of those things on sale. We have thread mills, we have the epileptic, we have the
weights,
we have the
So you have
gloves,
weights
we
on
have
sale
the
right now.
belts, everything. I'm telling you, you can't wrap your head around this sale. Just come in and ask, and we point in you in the direction.
All right, I probably come in and get a 30-pound dumbbell and like a 50-pound.
We have that. The Land Ranger brand, we have that in store as well.
Excellent, excellent. And, you know, it's so easy to get approval. Again, tell us about the approval process for persons who are walking in for the first time during this Quartz Christmas in July. What are they walking with? Tell us again, remind us.
So you walk with a recent job letter, your pay slip, and your ID. We always have ID on us, right? It's something we should practice. Your ID and a proof of address. Your proof of address could be a bank statement, your B-mobile bill, your digital bill, T&Tech, WASA. You come with that, we write you up, send it to the credit department. We have improved in terms of the approval process. Before it might have taken like 48, 72 hours. Now we try to get everything, do all the background checks, credit checks within 24 hours to get your approval and delivery.
Right, so you just got to make sure that your two references answer that phone call and you're ready to go, right?
Correct.
Tell us, is there anything that we're missing? Is there any kitchen supplies that are on sale as well? Because you know,
well, that will fall under the small appliances,
right?
So it's there.
And I know there's that 1 hour sale. Tell us about this 1 hour madness.
So within the hours of 12 to 1, we have the small appliances, which you call the kitchen. So it's anything. Our small items is air fryers. You know, that's very popular right now. You have mixers, kettles, irons, you know, all this stuff. Anything like that, you can get your percentage off, but you're just limited to just 3 per person. So you come in with the hour.
Right, so you can only purchase 3 per. So what if persons go to this Scarborough branch and then go down to
well, I would know, right? I wouldn't know if you go to Port Mall or if you come to Lowlands.
Right.
You know, we have, you know, customers would probably outsmart it like that. But
right.
How much do you need though?
It's true, you just never know. As I said, there are persons that are furnishing apartments that they put out on the market for rental. So now is a great time for them to get those
correct
quality
coffee
appliances.
makers, all these things that you put in these apartments. Yes, you can
And then
get
there's the Tobago Carnival that's approaching. So you have a number of tourists that are coming to the island, and some persons have family from abroad that's coming to be a part of that celebration. So, you know, you want to spruce up the space. You want to get a new bedding. You want to get new fresh pillows. You want to get
can't
a
have
nice,
enough.
throw 2 rugs in on the ground. You know?
And we also have the decorative pillows, right?
You know, you get maybe a little side table for the bed. you know, just a little thing to make that space feel nice, homely,
And
comfortable.
cozy. Yes.
You know how
All
it is.
courtesy courts.
All courtesy courts. And during this Christmas in July sale, you get up to 20%
off and free delivery on purchases $49.99.
Right, and you know, even with that 1 hour madness, what is the percentage off that you're getting on small appliances during
40% off.
You get 40% off.
Which is a big chunk.
Right.
Do the math in your head.
Right.
You know.
So there's the utensils come under small appliances as well. So I know, you know, like I recently bought I think it was a 9-piece pot set, and everyone was asking about it, you know, how much is it, you know, and now that it's on sale, can persons also get 40% off of that price?
That would be on the homewares, right? But they already reduced. Remember, I would have told you throughout the month we have items, so they already reduced price to go. So you can get it as well at a reduced price. Not necessarily the 40%, but it's already reduced sale to go.
Excellent. You know, if anybody wants to get me that Martha Stewart 4-piece wine glass set, you know, you can. You can.
Just putting it out there.
Just putting it out there in the universe. But what about the concept pieces? We love concept pieces as well. Are they on sale?
I have a lot. Yeah. So as I said, the concept, they will come under the homewares. And homewares is not in this 2-day sale, unfortunately, but the price is so good. You can attest to that. The price, it's good to go. If it is that you say, you know, I am doing a stove or a fridge, you can throw it in under your higher purchase. Because, again, we encourage you, keep your cash. We have books, kids home, you know, they're eating out of the house and home. You want to buy extra snacks and all of that for them. Keep your cash, do the higher purchase.
Excellent. And, you know, I have been saying every time I come into the store, when is Courts going to have those loyalty points? Because for the persons like me and the rest of us who are always in Courts, it's time that we get something back, you don't think?
Well, not to let anything out of the bag, but we have been working on that in the background. So as soon as it comes out, you know, all the loyal customers who, my whole house is Courts, I have everything, me too. You know, we have to, we're working on something in the background there. So
excellent, excellent.
Pretty soon.
And, you know, even for, you know, the young professionals that are starting off, you know, you're now having your first home or your own apartment, you want to have a space that is reflective of who you are and where you want to go. And if you really want to have that small touch of luxury and, you know, that type of aesthetic that you're going for, whether it's modern, whether it's cool, calm, cozy, or something that's more vintage, Courts definitely has you covered with a wide variety of styles. So, you know, even as we wrap up our discussion this morning, reiterate for persons again, what are some of the key items that they can get in this Courts 20% off Christmas in July sale? We're talking about 20% off both cash and credit, right? And this is for 2 days and 2 days only. This is the 24th to the 25th of July.
Right, which is like Christmas Eve and Christmas, right? So it's the Christmas in July at Courts. And again, I want to talk because you spoke about the young persons who maybe, you know, starting out, they want their own apartment. They can get this stove and range hood for $47.99. You have the mattresses, any size, at $16.99, full, queen and king. 15% off Frigidaire ACs, and the free installation goes with that, right? You also have our doorbuster microwave. You get a 0.07 MasterTech microwave for $4.99. And don't forget, 40% off small appliances.
Right.
So they can get 3 units, husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend. So that's 3 and 3, that's 6. You know, bring a friend so you can, you know, just come to Courts.
And
it's Christmas in July.
Do make for a great Christmas gift, for wedding gifts, birthday gifts. I'll be really happy to get some glasses, you know, just as a thank you Chanel gift.
I hope your staff hearing this, you know, because you keep saying it and I know you're throwing hints out there for them. I hope they're missing these subtle hints.
Exactly. Right? And even if you have an office, you know, sometimes your office needs a little coffee maker or a little microwave so that you can heat up your lunch. Or maybe the one that's there is just not in a good shape. So this is your time to
when
get
you
one.
put your food in and you take it out, you think it's hot, and then it's cool.
Trauma.
Yeah.
You're bringing back some memories
So,
there, right?
$4.99 we have you.
$4.99, put up with your cool, because if everybody pitching $50, you're going to get a new microwave for the office, all right?
Yes.
So this is definitely the time. As we wrap up this morning, is there anything that you want to say to persons watching this morning as they come down to courts today and tomorrow, and specifically between the hours of 12 to 1
for the SDAs? Right, so I just want to take that time again to, encourage persons to come on down to courts. We have 2 locations in Tobago, at Portmore, at Lowlands. I'm at Lowlands. I just need to put that in there. And it would be remiss of me not to, just say big up, special good morning to all the staff at both locations. We have some of the known CSRs at the both locations who have been there. They are like the face of Courts Tobago.
We know.
Right, so we
Shout out to my girl Christy down there.
Right, Christy, we have Evelyn is in Portmore, we have Nisha, we have by me, we have some new ones, some up and coming new stars, so we have Nikki, I like to call her Nikki Tiki, we have Khadijah, Janica, we have Abigail, all the staff, all of them, because they make you feel welcome. They go out of their way to get you covered. So, and of course, to my general manager, Mr. Howell, for making this happen.
Excellent. Shout out to you. Good morning. Sending, a lot of love to you this morning. Well, guys, that's where we end this morning, unfortunately. But we want to again encourage you to go down to court and be a part of that Christmas in July 20% off sale. Now, we're not telling you to just go out there and spend frivolously, but we want you to spend smart. And that means catching the sales while they exist. So the same television that may have costed $10,000 is now about $8,299
and it's a
75-inch television. And we know you all have big homes.
Yeah.
You need a big TV to match. All right. Well, we want to thank you so much for being a part of this morning's conversations. Thank you for your likes, your shares, and your comments, and all that you have been doing and continue to do to make Tobago Updates the #1 broadcaster here on the island of Tobago. Again, I am your host, Chanel Felix, and have a great day.
It's a brand new morning, rise up to a brand new dawn, and as the passion starts.